We be recording. See how I want to do this. What I want to do. Create another scene. Check 1 2 1 2. We're going with the live. Okay, let's see here what we got going. We're going to take down the meeting because no one's coming. Let's start this now. Date stamp starts here. Timestamp, Mr. Grok. 3, 2, 1. Okay, good morning, everybody. We got the Trading Vade open. The Trading View, rather, with Trader Vade in the background. So we can show some trades there. I got the performance meter up here. Pull that up as we need it. Let's see here. We're going to go ahead and add in here. Let's bring up our book maps with Alex live for the NQ. Get that set up with no chat. Make sure we're in theater mode. And then make sure we got sound going. We don't, so let's put the sound up about halfway. We'll set the sound about 50% of the computer, 50% over there, so we should be able to hear now. We get some signals coming here at the open. 5 minutes at open, we're just doing our due diligence. Checking to see what the 1 hour chart looks like here in the after hours. Kind of flat, right? Nice sell off yesterday down into these levels here, down into that 780 level. And so that's a pretty good area on the hourly for support. Got back above VWAP the other day, kind of flatlined in that session overnight. Yesterday we sold off from that flat line, so basically just a little run up from this area. A little flat in the overnight, and then was sold off yesterday. And there's some nice moves here. Put about $1,000 in the bank in the first hour yesterday. Quit trading when I do that. 5-6 grand a week is plenty enough for me. Just no overhead, sitting at home with no debt, no bills, and so that's plenty enough. I'm not greedy. Market to take it back, but a lot of people did that. I did the break of the 5 yesterday on an opening range breakout. And then the 15 would have worked as well. So it was pretty good. Let's drop back down to the 5. Don't really see a play here at the open. Too big of a range for me. 888, 881, 69. So 69.81. So yeah, 25 points. I like to straddle these. Like if it had been a little tighter, if it's like just as wide as this candle here. Wow, that candle moved on me. You saw that? Interesting. I wonder why I did that. But anyway, if the range would have been like this, well, these are 5s. I might put an order in here and here. We'll give it a couple more minutes to make sure we don't get this big right before the market spikes. If we start getting some craziness, then what I'm going to do is wait for the 5-minute candle to come in. Look for that ORB play, opening range breakout, see if it's clean. See if we can stay above VWAP. Maybe we can get another run like this. That was the all-time highs right here, this overnight session. So, don't know what it's going to do. All-time highs always scare me. It's uncharted territory, meaning your resistance and everything. Although we can look at the spot gamma stuff and see where we got calls and puts up above us, and the call and put walls, which I looked at this morning. We got a good amount of resistance right at the 940 level, 24,940 level, based on call volume for options. It's always good to look at your call and your put walls pre-market. I don't like trying to put them on the chart because it really hoses your charts up on speed. Got some activity here over on the Bookmap. So we got going on here. More sellers than advancers. Looking pretty even in the tug of war, though. See anything unusual just yet. Let's see if we can't get a trade right out the box here. So that candle there kind of scares me. So let's look at your price range on that rascal. Now we got a price range here of 13 points. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with 13 points. Let's just see here. Still got a couple of more minutes. Minute and 20 seconds to be exact. Let's take it down to the 1 minute, see what kind of look we got. That is the top and bottom. I'm going to go ahead and take us about 10. I'm going to buy 10. And if we go down this way, I'm going to sell 10. What's it doing here? It won't let me. Oh, what's going on here? Let me take that out. Something's wrong. Am I on the right DOM? I'm on the right DOM. I'm on the NQ. Should let me put my orders in, or is it not letting me do it pre-market? Because I am trading my cash. Oh, I did a stop order. Excuse me. I'm on my Ninja Trader. Trade cash. I'm not a prop firm guy. I want to buy 10 right there. And I want to sell 10. There we go. Now we're right there. We got our orders in. We're going to be on the button over here watching what happens. And we got about a minute here, 27 seconds actually, before the open. I'm going to take a quick scalp on this if I can. I'm I'm going to flatten this as soon as I see some green. Try to get a couple of $100 out of this. Again, I'm moving 10 NQs in, cash account, and do micro-scalping. Got a little sounds coming on the Bookmap. Let's just see what we got here. Here comes the opening bell. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Stop.
Right there. All right. So we're out. We flattened it. We cleared all positions. Nice little pop right there. I'll take it all day long. There's your P&Ls. So what I like to do on that, let me turn the sound down. I could still be in this, folks, but I'm using 10 NQs on cash, okay? So I don't play around. I have to get out really fast if it starts seeing $100, $200 loss. And as soon as I see some green, I take it. So gross P&L on that trade was 520. I don't know why it says 2 trades. I guess that means open and close. Yeah, that's right. I forget how TraderVate works. But anyway, 520, 20 contracts. So that's 10 each way, buy, sell. And then let me make sure I'm out of this thing. But see how I just turned right back around? And that's why I took it on that initial pop. And so that was a great little play. About halfway to my daily goal. And, you know, when I have 1 minute on the not 1 minute on the chart yet, chat. So that is a little play. This green and red line is starting to develop that 5-minute opening range. It's called the New York Open 15-minute range. I'm building a Pine script that'll just do the 5 and you can switch to it. And that way you can just see the 5 developing. Looks like we might have a nice 5-minute breakdown. So that's what I'm watching for now. We still got 4 more minutes. We'll switch it over to the 5 so we can watch our counter over here. 3 minutes and 35 seconds. And then we'll be to that 5-minute candle. And this looks like it's developing pretty good range, but we'll see what's going to happen. Again, what we just did there was just a quick little trade. Max drawdown was about $56. It bounced around there just a little bit. That doesn't really matter to me. It's my money. So commissions, clearings, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, no losing trades. Commission fees, $57.60. 462.40 just made. And so, yeah, not a bad trade out the gate. I saw, if y'all would have saw on the screen, and you could rewind it, it saw 870. So it was moving so fast. I wouldn't say it's slippage. I'm just saying it's like by the time my finger hit the button to close position to flatten, and by the time it got filled, it went from $870 in profit down to 520. But I'll take it. That's not uncommon when you're doing those very, very fast opening bell ones. And if you notice, I put a straddle because this is kind of a tight range. So I straddle it on both sides, which if it would have triggered down first, I would have just been on the button, took your money right back out. And some people say, oh, that's so dangerous. Well, it's really not. If you go back and back test it, you just got to get out fast. And you prop firm guys, you might not be able to do that because you have consistency rules. And they don't like you. Their consistency rules is designed to make sure you don't meet them. Because a lot of you good impulse trades, what I call impulse trades, you can go in with higher lots and you get out in 5-6 seconds. You literally get out when you see the green. And I need to get a faster setup, I guess, because I seem to be seeing a lot of that $200 and $300 on the screen go away. And but I don't play around with it. Sometimes I'll take that opening 1 minute breakout, and this has been a great short below the VWAP. But since I just got that winning trade, my eyes are not on the VWAP break. But look, your VWAP break to the downside is a hell of a trade working right now. And you could have put a couple contracts on it right there. You're 20, 30 points. If you're 20 point a day kind of guys, you would already have it right here on this little trade. So that is a great little trade breakdown of the VWAP. I did not take it. I was still beating my chest over the opening trade right here. 520, 10. I did 10 each way, buy, sell. That's how that works. No losers today. There's a timestamp when I did it. I was in it for 3 seconds. So, excuse me, time and trade, 2 seconds right there, folks, 2 seconds. There are some prop firms that do that. I'm not familiar with them. Just drill into the rules. If you want to trade some of these impulse trades like me, you're going to see throughout the session, I do a lot of impulse selling. So meaning buying and selling, which means I use a Bookmap and I really don't care about much. I do watch this order book here is showing that we got downward pressure. I watched this graph right here. Right now, we're still selling. I could probably jump on there and make some money right now, but I don't want to chase it. You never want to chase it. You don't want to FOMO. Don't want a fear of missing out, right? And but if you get used to using Alex's, as long as you get less than 3 seconds latency, if you want to buy Bookmap yourself, that's fine too. I watch different indicators to even get ahead of him. When the sound starts, it's already confirming the hair on my neck's up. But by all means, I got buddies that they just use this little graph here to show advancers and decliners, and they crank the sounds up and they tweak it to where it's as fast as it possibly could be, like less than 500 milliseconds. I'm on a 3-second delay, 4-second delay sometimes, but I know how to watch other indicators to try to get ahead of that, and that's why I put my orders out there to anticipate it's going to go one way or the other. And that's it. You get right back out. It's pretty easy for me. Yes, I have some red days, but my red days are small because I just don't. When I see 100 or 200 in losses, I just get right back out and then I watch. Most of the time it's because I'm early, and I bet a lot of you can relate by being early in the trades. And so a lot of times I'm just early. And what is the yes doing? Everything's kind of just drifting down a little bit. Probably just did we have a gap? I didn't even look at that. I hadn't had time this morning. Yeah, a little bit of a gap, right? Yeah, we have a gap for sure. So that we might have to fill that gap. That's what it's just did. It's just filled that gap. Still waiting on that 5-minute. There's your first 5-minute candle. So now we're inside of a 5-minute range. Your green line right here, your red line right here. We're inside of a 5-minute range. We're coming off the bottom on our RSI. It's a little bit of a lagging indicator, but I'm old school. I like it. I really like this histogram, the Cortugga. Histogram works good. You can tweak the colors any way that you like. So I got mine to be like these brighter reds and greens is when it's really a lot more buyers and sellers, and I can confirm that over here looking at this graph right here. And then the reds, the bright red is really aggressive selling, and then this darker cherry red is when the selling is becoming exhausted. And that way, not only am I getting height of candles, but I'm getting a little idea of what's happening in that candle, and it is infinitely adjustable. I've seen some people with some crazy looking colors even dividing these candles up. I go for these big candles, 1 candle to 1 candle ratio, not splitting it. You can split this into 5s or whatever. It's a neat indicator. There's a name of it right there. D7R is the version that I use. I'm writing a Pine script for that because it's a little heavy on how much CPU it uses. And so what I'm doing is all my favorites. We here at AI Trading Futures, we're going to be issuing a lot of Pine scripts. Most of them will be free. The ones I got a lot more time in, I might charge $5 for or something, but I'm going to give most of my Pine scripts away for free. My whole trading guide manual is going to be free. And then we're going to do the old sell prop firms to you guys to make some income on the site, and not making any beefs about that. Been trading since 2008. Traded my way out of the financial crisis. That's when I learned as a pit trader, remote pit trader, JP Morgan. And then I took time off building businesses and things like that, and just been trading for myself. Got retired inadvertently by getting sick, and I'm disabled. And so I just get in here and try to make enough money to fill the gap, and just help people out, help my buddies out. Been trading with a lot of buddies that keep saying, Jim, we've been doing like Google Meet and stuff like that, and I can't say they copy trade because I'm not an advisor. This is all for entertainment, but they've been in the rooms with me, if you get my drift, and they've been doing very well. We do a lot of covered calls too because we got portfolio stocks. So they wasn't all these years they hadn't even known that they could sell covered calls against their underlying positions, and so they were having fun doing that. But a couple of buddies had a huge positions, just years and years and years of savings. Now they're retired, and they just letting them sit there waiting for them to go up and taking their dividends. I couldn't believe it. Smart people. Everybody's smart. Like, a brain surgeon thinks that everybody should be able to do it, right? Somebody has to teach you. All right, that is a breakdown of that 5-minute, but I was talking to you guys. I didn't take it. Let me switch back over to the 1 minute, see if we can't find a little entry. Let's see where the VWAP is going to populate, how far we are above it. That was a great 5-minute breakdown. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, this is the 5th candle. Right here would have been your official break, right in there. Now, what it's doing, this is why I want to make another one that's just for the 5. It's continuing to draw because it's going to cap out at the 15. The 15 is when you have a breakout of that orb on a 15, it's quote unquote it's more powerful. But I love the 5s because it allows you to just cheat in. And then at the 15s, if it's rolling real good, like if I was betting just MNQs or just trading 1 or 2 NQs and I'm doing impulse trading today because I got to get out of here for luncheon. And so I'm trying to make my bones, so to speak. But if you're just going to trade 1 or 2 contracts or 1 and then add 1, then you could have got the breakout of the 5. Or to break out of the VWAP, excuse me. If they break out of the VWAP, and you could ride this out, you still wouldn't be at your stop. And at this next turn down here, this little lower low, right when it broke that low, you could have added another one and wrote it down here and got yourself, let's see, at a break of the VWAP to about right in there would have been you stop. You got 31 points right there. Not a bad morning, right? Not a bad morning. 31 points would have been a great morning on a couple of contracts. So yeah, love it, y'all. Love it, love it, love it. Look at these top tails. They don't want to go up. What I have on my screen here, the thicker yellow line is the VWAP. And then I have the green is my 5 period, red is my 10, and blue is my 20. That's the only 3 that I use. That more or less gives me like, see the ebb and flow. That's one ebb and flow that I can find. Then I have the linear regression channel, which works like a champ. If you see that, we're bouncing right off the bottom of it here. It may hold. That's another way to take a trade. So you got 3 or 4 ways to take a trade. You got breaks of a previous low. You got the VWAP break. You got the crossover if you move in averages. And then you got the fail of an upward trend. So looks like the 10 period moving average right now might be the top of our stop if we try to take a short. Okay. And then it looks like we don't know the range yet, but the bottom of the linear channel looks like it'll be around our stops for longs if we get too much down there. So you got you're getting to be a little tight range here, and 4 or 5 different ways that you could trade this. Not to mention, you can see that the sellers are getting exhausted. That's why our candles down here have changed colors on the histogram, and we're coming back off the bottom. 42 on our RSI, and so the RSI caps have only gotten to like 58. So that means that all this is still suggesting a little downward pressure, but that don't mean on these 1 minute candles we're not going to trade a pop. This big wick here worries me. So when I see stuff like that, I like to wait 3, 4, 5 1 minute candles, see how this thing works out. We're in the bottom half of the linear regression channel. Look at these 2 boner candles. I call those double thumbs. You got to watch out when you get a double thumb. Usually means a reversal. Here it comes. I'm getting ready to take another trade here. Thinking about my size right now. Still got it set to 10. And I've got 500, after commission 462. What was it? I got 462 after commissions. Let's see what we got going over here on the Bookmap. Oh, that's something's wrong there. Look at who's got 1,007 orders at 860. All right, that's a spoof. When you see stuff like that, be real careful. Be real careful. It's corresponding to this liquidity or quote unquote liquidity there. Definitely want to know and mark out where your put and call walls are from actual options that's already been purchased. That's the snizzle. I got an indicator. I'm not using this warning because I kind of memorized them, but I made myself an indicator here that has moving average, opening range, breakout, strength. Oh, where's my indicator? Oh, personal. Here we go. JD's reversal, stop, spot gamma pin detector right here. And it'll put it on the chart, but it didn't. That's why I've been turning it off. It hadn't been populating. Penny stock scalp, no. Momentum futures setup, no. Right here, I want the SPY gamma pin detector. It's flashing the screen, but I don't see it putting it on there. Oh, it says it's put it on there. Excuse me, I didn't look over here, did I? I don't need 3 of them, boys and girls. I just need 1. Why is it not populating? Trading view, I'll have to call them. But it'll give me an indicator over here, and it'll give you different little pins to show you, little bitty dots to show you where you put in call wall are. It's just a simple gamma pin detector, and that'll let you know, like, yes, you got this is where it's supposed to be, but they could pull those orders out from under you. Like, where's that 1,007 order now? See, they pulled it, they yanked it. So you got to be careful with that. If it looks too much offsided and it's approaching it, usually it's going to get yanked. So that just went away. So this other things that you get used to as you trade more often. And let's see here. I'm going to take that out. It worries me when it doesn't instantly populate. It's not saying there's no problem. So that's what's weird. And I'm on a 1 minute chart. I got it set to do 1 to 15 minute chart. Okay, well, I'll get back to you on that one, but you can find indicators out there. Or you can write your own Pine script. Get your AI to write a Pine script. Just say, write me a real simple Pine script to show me put and call walls. So if you had a big heavy, like at that 940, it's a lot of calls. And so that will become resistance if you're running up. So, that will be your wall. Your puts is your support, and your calls are your wall, or your resistance, depending on which way you're trading, of course. All right, we're just getting a little range here between the 15-minute opening. Got 1 more minute for 38 seconds for the 15-minute candle to be put in place. And then now we're going to watch for that 15-minute range and all the other indicators. So we're going to watch a 15-minute range We're going to watch this VWAP. We're going to watch the channel. We're going to watch our exponential moving averages. I use those because it gets weights to candles closer to where you are now in time than it does the back candles. I find that to be more a little bit quicker in indicating. Everything's in the middle. I like when it sets up like this because when it breaks, it's going to break big to one way or the other, and I'll be ready either way. We'll use the noise that's coming in from the Bookmap, coupled with the advancers and decliner. So when we hear the noise, it's going to see which the direction is going to tell you right here which way the market's going, right? And I like to see 2 million disparity. So I like to see 1715, 13, and 11. You see what I'm saying? So it's got to be, for me, it's got to be more than 2 million unless all the indicators are just showing that direction. So if we get more than 2 million, right now this might be drifting lower because the decliners are barely beating the advancers. I'd like for that to be significant, one way or the other, significant. And you have the sounds that tell you to come look at the indicators. And when she's blowing and going, your orders are going to be above these tops here and then below these bottoms here, right? And so that would be if you want to cheat into a true breakdown. Let's see if we're going to get like a little overshoot and a retest, or we're going to get a true breakdown. So if you don't have the sounds coming in from your Bookmap with these indicators showing heavy sellers, and it's drifting down toward that usually means it's just going to be a little overshoot. We're getting some sounds. The hair's going up on my neck. We got 8 to 6. We do have more. We got more decliners than advancers right now. But it fizzled right out. You follow what I'm saying? This is a big line of support. Your 15-minute opening range is a big line of support. You all probably can remember you've been trading a while where they just do this and this and this and this. And I get tired of playing that. That's why I use the VWAP and I use this linear regression. Because look, if it gets to here and turns down, people will say, well, that's right in the middle of the 15. Yes, but it's at the top of the linear and it usually will float back down. So like it'll just do like this little ebb and flow. I like for it to go all the way to the linear and break down once and then retest here and then do that again on the 1 minute. And when it starts to break down that second time, then I feel like I've got a pattern in place and I will go ahead and take the trade. Let's get this out of here. So that's me. Right now, we're just sitting on hands waiting. We've got the AI trading going with us today. This is all AI-generated setups. Everything is AI these days, right? I'm using the linear regression, the New York Open 15-minute range, the MA ribbons, moving average ribbons, but I got them set to exponential, and, of course, the old VWAP set to the standard. In session for this session. That's how it comes by default. You can do it different ways, and people do it different ways. And I got mine to 4 squared, so all of them divided by each other. The open, the close, the high, the low, etc. That is an adjustment. Let me show you what I mean here. So I'm using this one here. The open plus the high plus the low plus the close divided by 4, okay? That's what I got going there. Getting us a blister here, a little selling pressure. Nothing to be worried about yet. We're below VWAP, so let's see what happens. We're in that 15-minute range now. You'll see these lines will just keep extending out all day. That just gives you more support. If we blow through it with force, I'm going to take a trade here. Let's take a trade right there. All right. Might have got out a little too quick there. Let's just wait. We'll see in a second. Saw 300, but I think I got slippage. My sound went away. I probably should just buy a Bookmap and quit being so cheap because this is a little bit of a delay. That's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. We'll get another one here in a second. Let's get that 15-minute breakdown with gusto. Come on, President Trump. Say something good or bad. Say something good or bad, President Trump. I'm going to take a little bit here just because I feel it. Feel it, chat. I'm going to let it go here. Let it ride. No big deal. Let's just get a little bit more here. 400, 350. Come on. You know you want to go on down there. 500. Let's just go a little bit here. All right. We'll take out 650 right there, chat. I got in a little early right there. I didn't mean to hit the button. I did not mean to hit the button. I was talking to you guys, and it happens. The video game aspect of it is real. I hit the wrong spell, chat. Hit the wrong spell. She's still going. That's just a classic 15-minute breakdown. You worry about it doing an overshoot, a test, and then the next breakdown, but this one's still going. You know, that's just a great trade. Oh, I had one loss. So look, that slippage was 350, but still got 1,020 on the day. Bringing home about 847. I'm going to take one more trade. I might take another trade right here. I'm going to take my lot size down to 5 because I'm so close to daily goal here. And let's just wait for another breakdown. You heard how the sounds is going? The money is raining, people. The money is raining. 850, Terry, might be done for the day. Almost done for the day. Start working on uploading videos. Doing a little impulse. We had a little impulse. So the boys and girls, the trades today, we missed the opening range trade. We got that wick, took out $500. We missed the breakdown of VWAP. And look, that breakdown of VWAP is the trade of the day right there. You walked away. Didn't do anything in here. We let her consolidate. We took one little trade, a $350 loss right here. And only because I got out early. That was my fault. I literally hit the button early. I didn't need to get out of that. All the indicators still selling. That's totally on me. I'm going to take it right here again. See what we get. I might DCA. That's why I only did 5. So if it comes back on me, I can go 5 more. Let's go ahead and do it again. I'm going to sell 5 more. It's 100. Come on, baby. Get there. All right. There's 450. So what I did right there was we had the signal of selling pressure. Look at that, 10 million to 7 million. You see that? It's going to go down. You know, there's no chance it can. Look, it's still selling. Watch, when we go back to the screen to trading view, you can see the candles growing immensely. Look at that. So we didn't need to really get out of that. And so we're breaking through this area I marked out this morning right in here. So I knew if we got down to this area, we'd be selling from a couple of days or yesterday. And so just a little selling here, no big deal down in that 974 area. And we're way oversold, so we're looking for a bounce here in a second. But I think I got my day made, so this might be video done. Yeah, there it is, folks. Total P&L, $1,539.60. That's all trades. My profitable trades, $2,120. I did 5 trades that won. I did 1 trade that lost. My 5 trades that won was 2120. My biggest was 850. Average winning trade 424. Average winning trade 9 seconds. Longest winning trade 22 seconds. How long was it? Yeah, see here, that's a button miss. You could tell that. I was only in that trade 1 second for the 350. I think I made a mistake on that. Oh well, you got to be able to play the video games. So that's it. There is it's 8:52. So what is that? 22 minutes. 22 minutes in for $2,120. Gross P&L after losses $1,770. After commissions $1,539.60. Not a bad day, right? So look here, 1,539. Where the hell is it? 39 times 5 times 52. That's a $400,000 a year, boys. You know, if you need any more than that, you can get it. You just got to go up on your lot sizes. The setups don't change. You know, the setups don't change. It's like racing cars. I'm a retired sports car driver. It's like racing cars. You don't change what you do out there that much, but you can change the horsepower and the grip to go a lot faster. And so that's all you do. And in trading, the setups are the setups. It's like the track. You read the track as it comes to you. You stick to your rules. You stay with the high gravity, high probability setups. You get out really, really fast if it goes against you, like fast. You don't wait for these big sweeps and stuff like that. Not when you're micro-scalping. I'm micro-scalp, okay? You know the direction of the market. You know how to use your indicators, where you are on your indicators, and what the market normally does in different situations. And if you read my guide, I'm going to have a lot of that stuff in there. And that's it. And so there it is. It's already turned back. People say, why do you get out at 8 seconds? Well, you're looking at it right here on the screen. If you would have said, oh, I know it's going to be a 100-point run. Well, right now you draw down. If you're a prop house person, your drawdown be huge. If you're trading your cash like me, then you would you'd be feeling some pain. You might be right. It might come up to the bottom of the 15-minute range and make another rotation down. But I don't like doing that. I like just taking the money right when we get those impulses. Like right now, it's dead. We got even advancers and decliners pretty much. There's no sounds coming from Bookmaps. We got no icebergs or anything to trade off of. and so you know, it may wave back down. I fully anticipate it to wave back down. You know, you can go back through here and do some of your old school stuff. It don't take much to know where it's going, right? Doesn't take much to kind of see where it's going. Why is that so big? So this doesn't need to be like that because this is too big down here. I save these maps every day, and every day they get screwed up for some reason or another. I don't know. But there it is. You can see the trend of the day. You certainly can do that trend line. Putting in another bear flag right here. This is a good bear flag. Putting in a nice bear flag right here. And I usually would take those, but now that I made my day, why overtrade, chat? If you got a $4,000 requirement and you're only trading, I won't trade much more than 10 contracts, unless it's one of those trains where it's going parabolic. Those days, then you could just feel it. Then you could go much more size. But 10 on a day where we had all-time highs. We sold off, was flat in the pre-market, overnight market. There's no reason to go 20 contracts or anything. No reason at all. Right. Why doesn't that show over there? Let me see if I can adjust that for everybody. I want that to show monitor. Monitor. I don't know what it's doing. I'm not the best at this OBS stuff, as you could tell. And they tell me I don't have the right monitor. I got a real wide monitor. I need to get a different monitor for that. But anyway, you can see the RSI good enough, I guess, Okay. That's about all I'm going to do. I think that's going to be it for the video. We'll wait 4 more minutes to see if this bear flag here approves itself. So what are you looking for on the ones? A breakdown of this candle right here, so long as everything else says yes. Remove these drawings. As long as everything else says yes. Look at it. So, see, something's weird. It stopped drawing my ribbons. It's on. It wouldn't load up that other one. So we got some lag or something going on today. Let's look at my moving averages. It stopped. I think I'm going to save this chart and just refresh this browser here. There we go. They're caught up now. Just refresh, right? It's still a bear flag. You can see your line right here. We got these higher lows, barely higher low, another higher low, but coming off a sell-off, coming off a turn down. So we break through right here, and we get some sounds from Bookmap. We get some imbalance. We want this to be in balance. We want our red to be at least 2 million more than our green. 2 million more than our green, okay? If you want to do the safest play. You'll start getting a sense of when that's coming by learning your indicators. But 2 million more. So it could be 4 and 2 or 5 and 3, whatever, but at least 2 million more. I like it when it's 10 and 5, and then you can jump in with some bigger lot sizes. We're going to ride this thing for 3 more minutes, chat. Please like and subscribe and send your friends. I'm trying to get to that holy grail. All right, we broke it, but it still is no sounds. It's just waffling around. So although that is a signal, a new breaking to a new lower low just versus one candle. That is a signal, but this is not all the signals is telling me anything. It's very low volume. Check out your volume meter. We're not oversold immensely, but we're in the bottom half of being oversold, sitting there at a 41.40, 42.20, ticking right here. Yeah, so just now moving. Hadn't closed above the 5 yet. This candle here might close above the 5 exponential moving average. Might close above the 10, so I'm looking for that, maybe a reversal. See if we get some volume here, if we get some advancers more than decliners. Right now we still got, look right there, we got 2 million more, but it's not with force. Are we getting the sounds from Bookmap? So that means it's very sloppy. It's like it was when it was in here, like it was right there. All right, let me take my buddy a screenshot of the day. He loves that. No, did not want to do that. I fudged up, hit the wrong button. Come on now. Hang on. Now let's get back to trading for 1 second. I like this. I like this flat top breakout. You know what I mean? Because this is when people are expecting a bear flag, which it still could be, but a flat top breakout would be good. The bottom of that 15-minute range, this cherry red bar here, is I missed it. I missed it. I should have took that. I was telling you about it right there as a flat top breakout. Would have give us about 6 points. Wouldn't have been bad on 5 little contracts. But had to get out fast. So the bottom of that 15-minute range is, that's a little small micro-scalp right there. It's classic flat top breakout, just a little one. You get right out. As soon as you see green, you just hit the button, flatten your order. 3, 4, 5 seconds. Just small scalping. Which means if it goes against you, you want to be in it for 3, 4, 5 seconds. Or where people get caught is they're trying to do a 5 to 15 second, no more than a 20-second trade, depending on if the market's really ripping or not, right? And then they'll let it run for 3 minutes down, hoping it comes back. And that doesn't work in micro-scalping. You have got to be disciplined and get out of the way. Just trickling up here, you know, you could have bought the lows down here, maybe bought the break of the previous candle, and you'd still be okay, but that's not how I trade. That trickling around scares me because you got big number of lots, 5, 15, 20, whatever, 5, 10 lots in of a NQ, not micro. This is a mini. You got 5 or 10 of those rascals in there, and you get like a big old wick, like this big wick here, or one of these wicks right there, or one of these wicks right there, and you can't get out of the way fast enough. So here comes the sellers. Let's see what's happening. Just a couple of little drum beats. They're just kind of fighting it out. No bulls and no bears want to take charge. But as this gets more and more concentrated, it's much more powerful. We are at the top of the linear regression channel, right? The rig, and that's usually a place that it breaks through. And we also got a lot of resistance right there, right? And we can fall down to the low of the day. So I'm looking, my mind is switching a little bias to the short, but a breakout above this candle and these candles here, you know, would give us a run to the VWAP, and then we'll be looking for that to be the next resistance. Let's see how it happens. I'll sit here with you. We'll ride it out. It's 9:01 Central Time on a Wednesday. Got a luncheon today, huh, Kiki? Okay, chat. Don't want to give any of this money back. Oh, if you've been trading, you know what I'm feeling. And so, you know what? We'll take it down to 1. That way, if I have to DCA, dollar cost average, if I get stuck a little bit, I will DCA. It'll negate some of the stuff I told you. But if my experience tells me, oh, I'm just a little early, it's coming my way. If I went low, now I won't do that right there. Right there, it could be. Let's see, no sounds yet. See what's happening over here. We got about a 1 million disparity. Let's see if we fix a spike it. We'll switch back. There's 2 million. We're at 2 million. Let's see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and take one contract just to show you guys. And we went against me. I'm not going to DCA. I'm going to flatten this if it doesn't go. This is a little breakdown here. I'm going to wait. If it takes out its own high, I'm going to get out of the way. Only got $120 at risk here. That's okay. Below the moving averages. On the button. I got the button over here ready to flatten. $75 loss, $150 loss. Let's just see here. I'm not going to DCA because I've lost my sounds on my Bookmap. And so when you lose your sound, you're supposed to get out. But I only had one in there. This would be a good demonstration to show you how I'm going to use my stop loss. I'm going to wait 1 second here. I'm waiting. I'm on the button because, you know, we can have a bunch of buyers come in here and it spike against you. Let's just see if we're going to go down to the bottom of the linear regression. Here we go. Come on, baby. Come to daddy. Come on, NASDAQ. Right there. I'm out, people. All right. So I don't play around with it. It may come my way, but you got to be diligent. Where did that put us on the day? Down to 13.18. So 2 losing trades for 565 today, chat. Look at that. This is what I wanted to show you. Look at that right there. That is what I wanted to show you. That is a perfect video right there. Timestamp this, Grok. Need to cut this video out. We were hoping for that breakdown of below the moving averages, and we got that reversal in the buyers. If you had shorted that like I did and you wasn't diligent, as soon as it broke its own wick of a top, I got right back out, right? And that's that. You don't want to be greedy. And look, it went to the 15-minute, the bottom of the 15-minute lower range for your orb. boom with momentum. That would have been the trade right there, Jimbo. That would have been what I wanted to be. And I'll stay here and try to make that back with everybody. Let's go back to 5. See if we can get that back. 5 lots. And we're going to wait for a perfect setup here. And that's all you can do. Just wait for everything to set up. You can't FOMO. We'd be chasing it right now. So you don't want to chase it because this could certainly just be a real quick short stop run. I do like that it's fixing to breach those tops back here. Now I'm looking for a VWAP rejection with force, with sound, with a discrepancy between advancers and decliners, and then we'll take another trade. I'll also take the trade if it pops above VWAP. Above VWAP is very powerful if we can get through there. So we're going to wait and see what we got here. We're going to be about half of what I normally do. We got 5 lots over there. I'll go back and show you on the day. We've got 2120 in the total profit trades, 1550 in total profit after commission, 1318. Alrighty. Gonna come back. I wish you would have went. Come on and sweep up there to the VWAP, man. Let's have a true rejection. Because I've seen this happen 1,000 times and then it'll pow, it'll wick you if you go short. You gotta be careful with the shorts. Gotta really be on the button with the shorts. Look, we did miss that. I probably should have taken that. Let's see what the 15-minute range, but there's no sounds and it's just creaking. Well, look, it should have sounds. See there? That's why I'm sometimes using other people's stuff. I don't know. Let's just see what we got here. Come on, baby. Give us some green down there. I'm not going to be greedy. Took out another, what was it? I think my slippage got me a little bit. Slippage got me, chat. Look at that. No, 15, 20 to 50. What happened? Why is this not calculating? Oh, well, who knows? That's the way it goes. First your money, second your close. So this little rejection, now that's weird. I've not seen that without having sound. See, that's another thing about this latency, or maybe, oh my goodness, look what we did, chat. I turned that off because it was playing in the background. I wanted to be able to talk to you, and I forgot to turn my sound back on. Look at that. Terry, I got to not do that no more. I had a nice 12-to-6 ratio on this big boner candle, and I missed the rascal. So let's wait for the next one. Do a couple of more here. Having a good day. Keeping my stops tight. Not going to give any of this money back. Going to play it right. Volume's way low again. At that 10:07 New York time right now. Got our sound turned back up, though, so we'll hear it this time. Dab nabbit. That's a second video game error today, chat. I made that one by hitting my button too soon. I got right back in and still made the money on it. You saw it in real time. This is live. I'm recording this live on a Wednesday morning. And I got 2 video game mistakes. One is I just hit the button. I don't know. I guess I got Tourette syndrome or something. No offense to my Tourette's people out there, but hit the flatten button. Didn't mean to do that. Thought I was hitting where I was so I could DCA, and I just had my mouse wrong. Got distracted. And then just then, he was talking, or sometimes he plays music on his feed. That music came on, so I muted him. You saw me, had to unmute it, and I forgot to turn it on. That's why I got freaked out. I came over and said, what, 11 versus 5? Let's see what we got here. Above this, I'm thinking about taking a little long here. It's not with gusto yet. It's not with gusto. We are live. Gusto, or the direction, the bias is a little bit high in this 1 minute. See, there's no sound. It doesn't validate, give you that second validation of the advancers and decliners on your Bookmap. Got my stream pad over here. Let's see here. Nothing to do. It's just nothing. I got a feeling, though, this channel is going to hold true. But, the market makers like to run it to VWAP, and a lot of traders like to stay in their longs to VWAP. And so sometimes that's why you get a little exhausted in this no man's land where no one's doing anything. The bears and bulls are just sitting on their stop losses and just wanting to wait to see which direction it's going to go. And then it takes a market maker or someone like that, hedge funds guys loading up or unloading or adjusting or whatever that they do to get us some momentum. But Bookmaps will tell you. Bookmaps will tell you. Bookmaps will tell you. Let's see how it goes. You dying over there? Messing my video up? All right. Let's see here. While we're waiting, that's what I was doing. Got me sidetracked. I was trying to take a picture of this to send Tim. Now it doesn't look as good. Flat bottom breakdown, don't you think? There's a flat bottom right there. So if it'll break through there with sound, I want to hear that sound. Let me make damn sure that sound's on. Excuse my French. It's on. It's on here. So I'm at 50 and 50. So that's usually where I like it to be. So it's not to it knowing. And let's just see if it's just going to trickle down there. I don't want no trickles. I want with force. Because with it trickles, see what I mean? That did break that flat bottom, but there's no force. Look how thin that the volume is on that rascal. Just super duper thin. You know what I mean? I love you can move that independently. You can't move a lot of volume charts independently to your main chart. You also can switch to your ashy candles if you're in one. They look a little ugly right now. Even that up trend was ugly. You want your up ashes to only have up wicks, your down ashes to only have down wicks. Otherwise, it just means you're sideways and choppy. It's a good way just to get a quick look at it. If I was trading maybe MNQs, you know, the small ones, maybe 4 to 5 of those, and we're trading on a longer time frame with those, because you have to make any money, then I would be using the ashy. I'd find a good setup, switch my candles to ashy, and ride it until I had those reversal candles. Nothing to do right now. It's just basically nothing, low volume, switching back and forth between advancers and decliners. Let's wait for some momentum here. Here we go. Let's see what's happening here. We got a 5 to 4 there. It's just it's not with gusto. See how it pulled right back into itself? That candle body pulled right back into itself. So some of these are just trying to fake you out. Look at there, right back to a hammer. That would have stopped you out if you was just playing a flat bottom kind of a breakout. That would have stopped you out on this micro scalping. You wouldn't be wrong to say this is a downtrend and this is just a little pullback. Because we are in. Look at the channel. The channel tells you the direction on this time frame. What's our 15-minute candle doing? Let's see. Yeah, look at that. The pressure is downward. Look at that big wick. The buyers could not run this thing up. So we definitely look like we're going to be selling off here. But let's see if we can find something with momentum. I want momentum. It's got to have momentum. I'm not putting my money in play. I only have had 2 losers today. I don't want to have a third loser. Let's do it like that. Might make it a little bit better looking for everybody. And I can open that up a little bit like that. See, the selling pressure this morning's been the most volume's been on the sell side. So we're drifting around here. They don't know what they want to do just yet. Oh, look at the buyers just stepped in big time right there. But let's see if it goes anywhere. A lot of pressure right there being underneath that opening range. But look, this just could be like an overshoot of a continuation of the orb breakdown. Opening range breakdown. That's why it's called orb. ORB, opening range breakdown. But see right there, a lot of people probably short it right there. Now they're covering. People that micro scalp, because you have to get in and out. I think the edge that I got is, and the AI helped me do this, is using these Bookmap sounds with the Vancer and decliner graphic, and on top of all your solid old school indicators and setups. I think that's the only edge that I got. There's a lot of people out there that have different kind of edges. You got Matt Covert over at Rocket Scooter with his hedge pressure proprietary software, works just fine. I hate staying in trades that long, so it doesn't work for me, but I encourage everybody to take his $20 class and learn, because his discussions is phenomenal. I'll link him down in the bottom over to Matt's channel. He's a great trader, long time trader. People make fun of Pat because he does put on a show, but if you take all of that out of it, here we go. We're breaking through that 15-minute. I did miss that trade. That's a nice trade right there. Let's just see if it's going to be exhausted. I will not miss this turnaround again if it happens. I will short this turnaround again if it happens. So if we don't break this plane right here and we rotate off the top of the linear regression and we reverse right here, if the sellers come in here, I'm just going to watch this. I don't even need to watch the candles. I'm just going to watch right here and know that we're a little bit delayed. Let's see if it's already evening out. So you'd have to get in and out of that up quickly. Here come some buyers. Here comes some buyers. And let's see, the seller's going to come in equally. Let's see. Right there, the seller's going to come in equally. Come on. Who's doing what? I really don't care, but I don't like trading longs necessarily below the VWAP, but I don't like being in the middle of all this stuff either. So let's just see what we got. We should have the equal candle coming back the other way, and it might be a good short, or we'll have a continuation. But I'm not going to chase it. Fear of missing out, right? Not going to chase it. I'm going to see what happens right here. Let's watch it over here. It's already exhausted. It got less than a minute and a half of an uptick there. So if you caught it though, if you're micro scalping, good for you. That is not a bad play. If you did it just on sound in a break of the 15-minute, you got yourself what, 8-10 points right there. Nice little scalp. But I think I'm gonna go the other way real quick.
Order filled.
And just see what happens here. All right.
Order filled.
All right, that was $550. I did the reverse breakdown of the 15-minute, and I told you that I was thinking it was going to do this. Remember, we missed this one. We put in this big boner candle here, this impulse candle, and then we rolled right over. And then I should have took it at the break of the 15-minute because it always is going to go down below that, almost always. You can go back and back test me, but it's just a tried and true. So I got in when it broke down. I got out as soon as I seen green. It's already doing reversal. This is to tell you how fast you got to be. This is video gaming. You're using solid setups that people use for holding longer during the day, but I micro-scalp because I just don't like seeing my money in there going $150, $300 down, 150, 300 up. When I get 150, 300, 400 up, I'm out. That's it. You know what I mean? And it works. Let me show you what I'm talking about. It works. That's 2,500. It's 916. So it's been, that was 45-minute mark. 45 minutes, I pulled out $2,595. After my losses and after my commission, now we got 1707.44. And that's it for me, chat. I think I've done enough lessons to break up several videos out of this one taping. I'm going to put the whole tape up, and I'm going to break it down into little training tapes and into shorts right after I make Tim feel bad. All right, there we go. Okay. I hope this helped everybody. Please send your friends. I really need the likes. I need subscribes. I'm going to film every day in the morning until I make my money. I'm going to break it down into videos. When I get enough subscribers that justifies going live, I will go live. If people will come watch it, I'll go live. I don't want to be sitting here live, which does add a layer of stress managing everything, because I could just quit managing all the taping part of this and just focus on trading if I'm just filming to make videos. But the live is different. I've done a little bit of live. It is different. But I don't want to sit here live for 6 people, 10 people. You know, we got to get 50 people committed to come to the live, and then I'll trade live. People could watch. This is what I do every day. Okay, so anyway, peace to everybody. Have a good afternoon. Out.